is day 15, um, and today is also Tuesday, the day after Labor Day. Um, I went to the gym. I worked on some homework. I'm getting really overwhelmed with this paper. Um, as you, well, you can't see, but my desk here is piled, and I'm sitting on a chair full of laundry. Um, and my room's a mess. There's garbage everywhere, and I'm starting to feel quite overwhelmed. I have therapy tomorrow, so I think that's the official start of this whole thing. Whereas, like, last week was my first visit, this week I'm officially starting. And I am really beating myself up for not filming videos this weekend. And also, I feel like I'm wasting time. Um, that none of this that I'm saying on here makes sense, or none of it even matters. So I'm gonna try to incorporate like certain facts and certain things that I've learned or researched. And one of the things like I kind of knew, but not necessarily, was that OCD follows under um, anxiety disorder, mainly because intrusive thoughts and compulsions. And so intrusive thoughts are unwanted thoughts of um, harming someone, harming yourself, harming your family, or sexual thoughts, or um, just like hoarding, and thoughts about just so I'm trying to figure out how to say it without getting confused. Basically, everybody has these thoughts. And last week, my therapist was trying to explain to me, like, a normal person, a normal brain, can have these thoughts. You know, they can have a bad thought. So, for example, one bad thought that I had um, was, and it sounds so scary to say on camera, but one thought that I had was harming a relative. I would never, um, and I would. It seems crazy that my brain would even think that thought. And like a normal person, that thought may come in their head and it may go like quickly, and you just don't ever think about it again. But for an OCD brain, um, that thought comes in your head, and then you begin to worry, and you begin to panic, and you begin to say, oh my God, why would I think that? And for me, it's repetitive behavior of trying to push that thought out of my brain. Like, okay, don't think that, don't think that, don't think that, or let's think this, let's think something like this, like this, or, oh my God, you're such a terrible person because you thought that. And then it would go on for hours, could go on for hours. And sometimes it keeps me up at night, uh, which I am not an expert. I'm just now starting to figure this out myself. Um, but the reason it falls under anxiety disorder is because when you think those thoughts, it causes you a lot of distress, and your panic response gets triggered in your body, and you often just feel thoughts, feel symptoms of anxiety. And sometimes it can get so bad, and a lot of it is just brought on by things in your own mind. And so, I mean, I knew about that, but I don't guess I made the connection that it's, connected with anxiety, hence why it's considered an anxiety disorder. um, and I wouldn't say my anxiety is like specific. I just would say I have a lot of generalized anxiety, meaning I don't have social anxiety necessarily or anything like that. So, yeah. basically, she was explaining to me that a normal brain has those thoughts, um, but a normal brain will not recognize it as much as an OCD brain. And a normal brain will be able to just brush it off, recognize it is a thought that means nothing, and, never think about it again. Whereas an OCD brain, they know it's a thought, but they also can't get it out of their head and understand why they would even think that thought. So it's weird, and I'm hoping I can get a little more understanding tomorrow in therapy, but hopefully I'm not going to be sitting here every day and being like, I feel stressed. Um, and I'm going to actually use this as something useful, and share some little information stuff with you. So, yeah, today is the 7th, but I don't remember what day. If it's the 15th, I think, the 15th day of doing this. So, I guess I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll work on it then.